These are the instructions for exporting a Lightroom catalog. So the advantage to exporting as a catalog is that it saves not only the files, but it saves all the Lightroom catalog data associated with it. What we can do is select the files we want. You can select the files from any folder. What I'd like to do is find the file I'm looking for. I can go into a folder like so, and I can just select this and put it into the quick collection. I can do that by clicking on the circle in the upper right hand corner, and it will now be in my quick collection. The advantage of this is obviously that I can go across many folders. If I was to take this visual, I can click in the upper right hand corner. So you can see up here now I've added 2 to my quick collection. And I will go ahead and see what's left to import here. I'll look at this one. And again, if I wanted to, I could use my controls. I'll go back to the grid. This is kind of interesting. Instead of clicking up here, which does that, I could click on it and add to the quick collection. Another option would be the letter B on the keyboard, and as you can see, this also went into the quick collection. Once you created your quick collection, we can now export it as a catalog. I would suggest clicking off any of the pictures so none are selected. In Lightroom, if none are selected, then all are selected. Under File, you can select Export as a Catalog. And, I'll call this the Lightroom Workbench. And you'll notice that it says we're going to export a catalog with 4 photos. That's because none was selected, which means everything is selected. We want to export the files. And what we'd like to do is export it to an external drive or a CD. We can export it to a little flash drive, which I'm now inserting. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead, select my removable disk. I've called this Lightroom Workbench, and now I'm just going to hit Save. I do not want to include available previews, just the negative files. When I click this, Lightroom will find those 4 images. All of the Lightroom catalog instructions. As you can see up from the upper left, it exported the files, it completed the task, and that's it. Let's just go ahead and look at our thumb drive. And if you notice, we have a folder called Lightroom Workbench. And inside there is the photos, because that was my directory, to be reviewed, if you remember. So it saves that. And maybe while I'm here, I'll just show you this kind of interesting. I could, let me close this down. I can say File, Open a Catalog. And I can open this catalog on my external drive, my little flash drive. This is it. And when I open it up, this is just, I don't want to back up my existing catalog. I will now have a catalog with just these 4 images in it. And here it is. Any of the collections that were attached with it, all of my folders, and you can see To Be Reviewed, Dr. Yet, this one file here, and a few production files. So there, pretty easy. If you're preparing this for the Lightroom Workbench, I would suggest anywhere between 2 to 5 photos that you may have some questions that you would want me to work on. That's it for now.